That is Fred.
The same thing.
Fred is our head of maintenance. He's out putting in the underground sprinklers right now.
You know how to change a tire?
Really gets down and dirty in his job.
Where?
His wife makes him his lunch every day, but you guess what he makes?
What is it?
Sandwiches. Promise there's only 2 more of these. What's her name?
Sandy.
Sandy. Where do they vacation in the winter? San Diego. Yeah, that's it. Apologize about that. Anyway, you can see all the grass out here that was planted, stabilized the dune really well. This was a Michigan State project back in the 60s. This is the first place in Michigan where they took a non-native grass. This stuff came from North Carolina. They propagated it at Michigan State greenhouses, and then they had Michigan State volunteers come out over the course of 2 summers and plant a plug every square foot over the course of this whole dune area. Took them a long time, but it has worked really well. Started to get some native flowers back, like those little yellow ones over there. There's some more on this side. They're just about done with their bloom for the year, but those are called hairy cocoons. The little brown scrub you can see there, those were really cute flowers about a month ago. Those are called woolly beach heather. We got some scrub trees back in. Come back in about 200 years, take the ride again, and we might have a forest. So, something to look forward to. As we come around this corner here, look straight up, that's the dune we're heading for. That's that top point we'll get to today. It's about 300 feet above the big lake. Really nice views from up there. I've got a pretty good track record of making it on the first try. So back row, however, you saw on the waiver, be ready to push if we need it. That'd be great. Thanks in advance.
He said he's got all you need.
All right,
right
perfect,
here.
Perfect. He looks ready. All right, let's go. Michigan today. Pretty clear, probably about 15 miles visibility from up here today. On a really clear day, we can see out about 26.
That's not clouds, that's a light.
You can see the big dip there in the barrier dune, so that's why this blew out so quickly. There's no barrier dune there, and it just kept opening up as the sand kept coming through, and there was no trees or anything to hold anything in place. You can see those houses right down there on the lake. Those are mine. I just do this for fun. Barbecue layer, stop by for fun.
Okay.
Just inside of those where Singapore, Michigan used to be. Part of it still is. Singapore was a town they established in the 1830s. It was a logging town. They had 2 sawmills in town. With the Kalamazoo River running out right there, they thought it would be the next Chicago or Milwaukee. Clearly that did not work out so well. By the time they clear-cut everything, the sawmills picked up and left. The town was already starting to fill up with sand because everything was moving around 15 feet a year. So a lot of the residents actually picked up their houses and businesses, put them on skids. They waited for the Kalamazoo River to freeze, and they slid them down into what they called the flats back then. It's now called Saugatuck. So if you're walking around Saugatuck, you'll see houses and buildings with little plaques on them saying they came from Singapore originally, and that's where it would have been. Still there in the sand is a church, a 3-story hotel, a bank, and a bunch of residences, all now covered by sand. The last thing anybody saw was the top of the church steeple, and that was in about 1975. So if you're out in the Saugatuck Dune State Park, across the Kalamazoo River. It has stairs built up to that. It's a really nice walk up the stairs. If you enjoy stairs, there's 302 of them. But it's a great view from up there, and you can actually drop down in some great dune runs down below that on the other side. Got our little sand swallows right here cruising around. They actually nest right in the side of that sand cliff there. As we go by and see it, there's holes on the side of the cliff about that big. They actually burrow those out, put their eggs in there to keep them away from the foxes. Next up, we're going to stop at those cottonwood trees there. That'll be a chance to get out, walk around a little bit. Some great views up there, good spot for pictures and stuff. Everybody ready to go?
Did you went out?
See, we have 2 hour parking
think
up
so.
here,
I'm
which
gonna
is
walk around.
fantastic. I, however, will
Thank
be
you.
leaving in about 8 to 10 minutes. So
Okay.
if you want to ride down, do that. Sand has gotten real hot now today, so I would caution you if you're thinking about going barefoot. Test it out first.
All right.
If you do decide to leave your shoes in the truck, that way you don't have to hunt for them in the sand later.
Okay.
Great spot for pictures over there by those logs. I'll hang out over there if anybody needs help with big photos. Please don't go down the dune on that side though. It's very steep. You will not enjoy it.
Okay.
There's a great little walk up to the very peak right there.
Yeah, I mean,
If
like,
you're looking for some exercise, there's a dune run right here. It's really fun to run down. Remember, you do that. Alright? You want to drive? Okay. If I fall out, you're driving, okay?
Yeah,
the boys are in front.
it's gonna happen.
You want to go by?
Why do I have to go?